What's going on YouTube? It's your boy John B. Come back to you guys with a brand new haircut tutorial. So today we're going to be doing a comb over with a mid-skin fade or a bald fade. So for fading, this is going to be really easy, alright? We're going to be real simple, nothing too crazy, and it's going to be a good way to blend and an easy way to blend. It's much more efficient and not confusing. So first I'm going to be combing the hair and getting all the knots out and pretty much organizing it and making sure everything is falling into place. Next, I'm going to take my Barber trimmer and we're going to make your first initial guideline. So as you can see, these things do cut really good, so I highly recommend you guys to get you a pair. They are zero gap, which means the blades are pretty much parallel to each other but not overlap. So I'm just going to go make my first guideline, and this is how I usually cut hair. I usually like to do make my first guideline all around the head just to make sure it's all even, and then I like to start the fading process. So we're just going to get all this hair out the way, and we're going to clean all of this up. And usually I bald next, but for this blending method, we're not. So I'm going with a number 2, and I'm going to go all the way open. I'm using my comb so I know where not to flick out, and I'm getting all the excess hair out the way. So with a number 2 guard, we're just going to make your base, which means where the fade is going to pretty much be at. So next we're going to start with your no guard with the lever all the way open. And lever is that thing right there you see on the left side of the clipper, and it's all the way down, which makes it longer, so you won't be cutting as much hair as if it's closed. So we're gonna go about an inch high, and yeah, make your first guideline. I'm going through it multiple times to make sure it's even. Then we're gonna start with the clipper closed right there, and then we're gonna tap at that bottom line. Be very light-handed, and remember to flick out, but don't try to over-exaggerate your flick because you might go past that first guideline. So take your time with it, and yeah, just tap at that bottom line. And as you see there, I slightly open it halfway, close a little bit because I see some stubble, and we're gonna slowly open it up. And yeah, that's pretty much how you get rid of that first guideline. So we didn't bald out yet, so it's a little easier to get rid of that first guideline. Next, we're gonna go with the number 1 guard, and this is the number 1 guard open. And you're gonna follow that same guideline as you did before. Go about an inch high, and yep. So this way is much more easier to fade. As you can see, you're gonna work your way up, then you're gonna go back down. So you're gonna start with the number. This is the half guard with the lever all the way open, and then I'm gonna close it midway and go right below where you went with the half guard all the way open. So you're pretty much making your guideline, then blending down. You can't get any more simple than that. It's pretty much fading up, but at the same time taking your time. You see how I have a lot of work because he has a little indentation right there. So I'm gonna be using my half guard, using the corners, flicking out, and using that lever and that corner of the blade. Whenever it just dips in the head like this, it's good to use the corner of the blade. See how I'm just playing with it? Dark spots, I'll go with it open, but if it doesn't go away, then I'll close the lever a little bit and hit that same spot till it goes away. Now I'm taking off my guard, and I'm gonna be little detail work. All right, next step, we're almost there. So we're going with the number 1.5 all the way open. And as you can see, I'm really flicking out, and I'm making sure I'm not going past that guideline, because you do not want to take this fade high. This is a real good basic mid fade for all you guys out there. I'm really hoping that these tutorials are helping you. So next, we're gonna go with the number 1 guard all the way open and do the same exact steps. We're gonna go with open and close it the lower we go, and you should start to see that blend come out, and you should be pretty happy with yourself at this point. And yeah, if you guys haven't yet, drop a like on the video. It helps my algorithm, helps me gain more subs, and if it does help you, that really means a lot. As you can see right here, we're pretty much almost done with the blend. We just gotta blend out that bottom, not the bottom, the top that connects into the top of the hair. So there's nothing wrong with touch-up work like how I'm doing right here. As you guys go through it, you guys will have to do the same. See, I drop all the way down to my no guard just because I see there's some work that needs to be done. Next, we're gonna bald out. And this way is a little easier and faster because you're not giving yourself such a harsh guideline to begin with. So I'm just going to keep flicking that out. And keep a brush or a comb in your hands just so you can take out that extra hair that's like there, because you always want to work with a clean canvas. See how I'm dragging the shaver down? That's another tip that you guys can learn when trying to blend into from bald to hair. Just like that. And pretty much the fade's almost done. We just gotta blend up to the top, but we're gonna cut the top later. And I'm gonna be doing the same steps here for this for the back, so I'm not gonna really talk too much. I'll get you guys when we're probably on the other side, so just enjoy this quick blend. Alright, so I forgot to record me removing that first guideline, but it's pretty much the same exact steps as the one doing the other side. But for this side, as you can see, this is the side where the part is on. So just remember, do not go up too high, because you don't want to give someone like the highest comb over, or it'll just look weird. So try your best to keep everything even. And if you guys are wondering what clipper I'm using the the Rebel. This is a really powerful clipper. It's pretty much like the Magic Clip, but a lot stronger. And I just like the blue on it. So over here, I'm doing a clip over comb just to blend into the top a little bit. I'm going to be doing that to the other side too. Just stay tuned for that. And for the guards that I'm using, a lot of people ask where I get my guards. They are Marty Blends guards. He has a YouTube channel as well. So these are his guards. They're pretty good. I like the color. They're transparent. And yeah, it's just something different, man. Well, they are really good guards. Like, I haven't had a problem with them yet. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start the lineup, and we're really gonna make this haircut pop. So as you can see, I took my number 1 guard, and I'm just going 90 degrees, taking it up a little bit. I'm not pushing it back, I'm not digging in, I'm just taking off the extra hair that's hanging over. Then I'm gonna take my Barber trimmer, and these, like I said before, these are 0 gap. I pretty much use the same trimmer for all my haircuts. These just hit really good for me. So I start from the middle, work my way to the sides, and then I start his vertical bars. And like I said, if your trimmers are 0 gap, try your best to be light-handed. You do not want to press too hard on the client's skin and irritate them. That's the last thing you want, your customer's skin to be all irritated when they walk out. So as you can see, now the haircut is really starting to pop. And it'll pop even more once you put product, once I trim the top, once I put in that hard line. So right here, we're just focused on the lineup. It's good to have a brush in your hand too, or a comb. Just keep combing the hair zone, just so you can catch all the extra hair hanging over. Next, we're gonna start this part. So usually I do my parts with the clipper or the trimmer flipped over the other way, but just because for camera purposes, I had to do it this way because I didn't want my hand to be in the way, but it still turns out good. Next, we're gonna trim the top. He does come probably every month or two, not too often, but I've been cutting his hair for 8 years, my boy Mark. Yeah, so I already know how much he wants off. He's been getting the same haircut for years, so I just take off an inch or two, depending on how long he hasn't came in. So we're just gonna be trimming the top. I'm not really like the best with shears, so I don't really like to teach you guys how, but I'm just doing basic stuff that you should already know if you're already cutting hair. Just try to get it all even. I do leave the part on the side a little longer, but yeah, just trimming the hair. Start my train right here, and I did cut off a lot video wise for the top. Next, you're gonna raise your part, and for right here, please make sure you go vertical, not horizontal, because you will cut your client. One good thing is to pull the skin when you're razoring apart. I know it's a little tight space, but if you have a good razor, good pull of the skin, then it shouldn't be a problem. Here I'm doing his lineup. I'm not using enhancements on this haircut just because he doesn't need it. Well, I do use enhancements on some of my haircuts, but for him, he doesn't really need it. See how I'm pulling the skin, making sure I get all the hair. I like to razor against the grain just so it's a lot cleaner, but please be sure to stretch the skin. And I did blow dry his hair a little bit, but since we're already putting gel, he doesn't really need it. So when you're putting product, you want to make sure his hair is like there's a lot of product in there. Get it all in there. Don't be afraid to get a little messy. I'm going to use this comb that I've had this comb for years already, but this is the comb I always use my styling for, like when I'm doing comb overs. You're going to see me be really anal about this because I really like to make it look really clean, even if it's for a video. So just stay tuned for the final result. We're going to go, right after this, we're going to take off all the little hair that's sticking out. You'll see me do that real quick, because you will have extra straggler hairs that's sticking out just because that's just how it is. So pretty much that's it. Stay tuned for the final result. If you haven't yet, drop a like, comment, subscribe, what you guys want to see next. I might be doing a low skin comb over for the next video, depending on what clients I get this week. So if you haven't yet, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you guys learned something. So here's the final result. Thank you guys so much. It's your boy John B, and I'm out.